I'm going to begin with a white shadow that I'm using to cover my entire lid. This is going to be my base coat. Next, I'm going to go in with Playful, which is a light blue shimmery mineral pigment, and I am just working this in as my transition shade all along the crease area. Next, I'm going to go in with Awestruck, which is more of a brighter blue. This is also shimmery mineral pigment, and I'm going to wing that out. I decided to do the halo effect with this, so I'm going to start with the outer corners of my eyes and then bring it into the middle corners. But I'm going to leave the middle part of my lid exposed just because we're going to use that area for the highlighting portion. And once I'm done getting that all winged out and on both ends, corners, outer and inner, I'm going to go back in with Twitter Painted. This is a matte mineral pigment, and this is more of a deeper shade blue. I'm only going to really apply this towards the outer corners because I just want more of that shadow on the outside, not so much focus on the inside. I kind of want to keep that brighter. And then again, I'm just going to take that along to wing it out where the other blue with Awestruck I left off, just to give it a little more depth. I'm going to go over with my blending brush just so I can buff everything out and just make sure it's all blended. I always go back over to touch up, but blending is so important just to make your makeup look more naturally applied. I'm going to go back in with my white shadow over the center of my eye. This is where that highlighting comes in for that halo effect. And then again, I'm just going to go back over, add more colors as I go. I decided to go underneath and mix with a lavender shade along with my Awestruck blue. For those of you who don't know, usually purples are very good hues to have when you have green eyes, so that's why I decided to use a lavender with mine. And then I decided to go over my highlighting portion with that lavender color as well, just to mix in with the white. It's kind of hard to see the lavender color, but it's really, really pretty. Finally, I'm just going to go under my brows with my Sexy pigment to act as the highlighter. I used my white liner to just open up and brighten, kind of give that wintry look for my waterline. And then I used my liquid liner just to start a wing. I decided to go a little more dramatic with my top liner and my wing. Was kind of just going along with it. So it ended up being a little thick, but I always go in over and underneath with my pencil because I feel like it gives more of a neutral between the wet and pencil look versus just a really wet liquid liner. And then I decided to go in with Palette 2 in Peppy, which is a matte black color, just to kind of bring out that shadow. And I just did it towards the outer area of the wing. And as you girls will see later, I did decide to go back in and just add a little bit more liner to the bottom area. But first, I did want to create the kitten effect, which is where you kind of extend that wing into the middle of your eye. And I use this shadow just because I feel like it makes it more naturally applied again, like that's the shape of your eye. Now I'm just touching up with the highlighting portion, adding Blissful, so it gives more of that little glitter hint. And then to clean everything up, I'm just gonna go in with my pressed powder in Chiffon. Just apply that all over since I'm done with my eyeshadow. And here's where I decided to kind of add more of that extended smoky on the bottom area. I just added a little bit of the liner, then went over with my shadow. And the final step after this was just touching up with my setting brush, adding my mascara, and and this will be the first look for the series.